Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! Mitchell Trubisky has dropped a bombshell that's shaking the NFL landscape. Early this morning, the quarterback shocked fans and insiders alike by announcing his departure from the Buffalo Bills. "I've reached my limit," Trubisky declared in an emotional statement, a phrase that has now echoed across social media like wildfire. For months, whispers about tension between Trubisky and the Bills' coaching staff had circulated, but few expected this level of honesty. Analysts are scrambling to interpret what "reach my limit" really means, and speculation is rampant about the underlying conflicts that pushed him to this breaking point. Was it dissatisfaction with play calling, locker room dynamics, or something deeper? The truth might be a tangled mix of all of the above. Fans are split, with some empathizing with Trubisky's courage to speak out and others questioning whether leaving mid-season, or even before free agency, was premature. Either way, the announcement is undeniably dramatic, and the ripple effect on the Bills' quarterback situation is already the talk of every NFL podcast and social feed. Sources close to the team suggest that tensions have been simmering for months. Trubisky, who arrived with high hopes and a desire to prove himself as a franchise quarterback, reportedly felt constrained by offensive schemes that didn't fully utilize his skill set. Observers noted moments of visible frustration during practices and games, subtle, yet telling signs of a player at odds with his environment. Compounding the issue, the Bills' front office is said to be deeply invested in roster changes that may not have aligned with Trubisky's vision for his role. Friends and former teammates describe him as fiercely competitive, someone unwilling to compromise his principles, and that temperament may have collided with the Bills' current culture. It's rare to see a player speak so openly about limits in modern professional sports, where media training often softens or masks dissatisfaction. Now, the rumor mill is spinning wildly. Which teams will pounce on the chance to sign a talented quarterback seemingly eager for a fresh start? Trubisky's candid confession has already injected a new layer of drama into what was an otherwise stable quarterback market. Meanwhile, social media erupted almost instantly after the news broke. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit with reactions ranging from shock to excitement, with hashtags like #TrubiskyLeaves and #BillsDrama trending nationwide. Some commentators are framing this as a bold, almost heroic move, an athlete asserting control over his own narrative rather than being trapped in a situation that stifled him. Others are questioning his judgment, arguing that the timing could jeopardize his career if suitable landing spots are scarce. Amid the flurry, sports media outlets are digging for insider details, trying to determine whether this departure was entirely voluntary or if there were subtle nudges from the organization behind the scenes. The buzz is particularly heated given that Trubisky still possesses a reputation for resilience and talent. Many teams might see him as a hidden gem waiting for the right fit. The intrigue isn't just about his next destination. It's about what this tells us about player empowerment in the NFL and how stars like Trubisky navigate the pressures of modern football culture. Speculation is already linking Trubisky to multiple potential suitors. Teams struggling at quarterback, particularly those looking for someone with mobility, arm strength, and experience starting at the professional level, are rumored to be in the mix. Front offices are reportedly evaluating whether Trubisky could be the missing puzzle piece to elevate an underperforming offense or serve as a reliable bridge while younger prospects develop. Meanwhile, insiders hint that Trubisky himself is meticulously vetting options, prioritizing organizational culture, coaching philosophy, and offensive scheme fit over financial incentives alone. This isn't just a standard free agent signing. It's a chess match involving strategy, timing, and negotiation prowess. NFL insiders are already circling, predicting that this saga could dominate headlines for weeks, with rumors, leaks, and official statements driving the narrative. What started as a personal declaration has now snowballed into a league-wide discussion about leadership, accountability, and the subtle art of player mobility in a business that rarely tolerates dissent. Adding to the drama, reports suggest that Trubisky's departure might influence the Bills' locker room dynamics in unexpected ways. Teammates who looked up to him or built camaraderie during his tenure may now feel unsettled or uncertain about the team's future trajectory. Leadership voids are rarely easy to fill, and the organization may have to act swiftly to reassure the roster while also evaluating potential quarterback options. Fans are particularly attentive to how the coaching staff handles this moment, as any misstep could create a lingering perception of dysfunction. Meanwhile, pundits argue that Trubisky's candidness could inspire other players to speak openly about dissatisfaction, potentially shifting norms around communication between players and management. In a league known for its competitive ferocity, the ripple effects of such a public decision can extend far beyond the individual, influencing team culture, fan engagement, and even draft strategies in the upcoming offseason. As the day unfolds, the story continues to develop, with every rumor, hint, and insider report fueling the frenzy. Speculation ranges from Trubisky signing immediately with a contending team to sitting out temporarily while weighing his options. Analysts are diving into his past performances, highlighting games where he shined, and pondering whether his potential could be fully realized in a new system. The tension, excitement, and uncertainty surrounding this move have made it the dominant narrative across sports media. The NFL world is watching closely, not just to see where Trubisky lands, but to understand how this bold, unfiltered move might redefine player-team relationships in an era increasingly shaped by transparency and assertive athlete voices. One thing is certain: Mitchell Trubisky leaving the Bills is not just a transaction. It's a story, a drama, a headline that will echo for weeks. The aftermath of Trubisky's announcement has sent shockwaves through betting markets, fantasy football leagues, and NFL front offices alike. Odds makers are scrambling to update projections, while fans are weighing how this affects their team's prospects. Analysts are dissecting every nuance of his statement, trying to divine clues about his next move. Could he be targeting a specific team known for innovative offensive schemes, or is he seeking an organization with a culture that aligns more closely with his personal philosophy? Insider chatter suggests that several franchises have quietly reached out, expressing interest, though nothing official has materialized yet. Meanwhile, social media platforms continue to light up with both speculation and criticism, with some former players praising Trubisky's courage and others questioning whether stepping away was strategically wise. The intensity of the conversation reflects a broader fascination with athlete agency, highlighting how a single statement can ripple through every corner of the football ecosystem, from coaches to fans, from media pundits to potential employers. Trubisky's situation also raises questions about the Bills' internal environment. Reports indicate that while the team has been competitive, friction over play style, communication, and leadership may have created an untenable environment for him. Coaches are reportedly deliberating over adjustments to prevent similar departures in the future, acknowledging that talented quarterbacks require not only skill utilization, but also emotional and psychological support. Meanwhile, former teammates are hinting at locker room divisions that may have exacerbated the situation, although public statements remain diplomatic. The narrative unfolding is emblematic of modern professional sports, where talent alone is no longer sufficient. Alignment with culture, coaching philosophy, and team dynamics is equally crucial. Trubisky's departure has become a lens through which these issues are magnified, with fans and analysts debating whether this signals a broader trend of players asserting control or simply an isolated incident driven by personality clashes. As speculation grows, names of potential landing spots are swirling. Teams with quarterback uncertainty or a need for experienced depth are said to be assessing their options. Trubisky's mobility, arm talent, and starting experience make him an intriguing candidate for organizations that value a dual-threat quarterback capable of creating plays under pressure. Insiders suggest that he is not seeking a mere short-term contract, but a situation where he can thrive long-term, with a coaching staff that trusts him and a system tailored to his strengths. The juxtaposition of urgency and selectivity is creating a tense, almost cinematic atmosphere around his next move. Every rumor, every leak, and every cryptic social media post fuels a narrative akin to a blockbuster plot, with Trubisky cast as both protagonist and strategist, navigating the high-stakes drama of professional football with both talent and temperament in play. The ripple effect for the Bills are immediate and profound. Front office strategists are evaluating short-term contingency plans while also recalibrating their longer-term quarterback vision. The pressure to maintain team cohesion, performance stability, and fan trust is immense. Analysts are now debating which internal candidate might step up or whether an external acquisition is imminent. In a league driven by competition, the departure of a starting quarterback, even amid controversy, represents a critical juncture for an organization. Fans are expressing anxiety on social media, while sports radio hosts dissect the ramifications from every conceivable angle, from offensive productivity to playoff prospects. The drama is multifaceted. It's about personnel, strategy, and human emotion intersecting in the high-stakes theater that is the NFL. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Meanwhile, Trubisky's personal narrative is under intense scrutiny. Pundits are dissecting his career trajectory, analyzing moments of brilliance and periods of struggle, all while speculating how these experiences shape his future choices. The announcement of reaching my limit is being interpreted as a signal of both frustration and resolve, a candid admission that humanizes him in a way that few athletes dare. Observers note that this move might encourage a trend among players to speak openly about dissatisfaction, potentially reshaping dynamics between stars and organizations across professional sports. It's a rare glimpse into the internal calculus of an athlete weighing personal ambition against team realities, a tension that fans, analysts, and executives find endlessly fascinating. As the NFL world waits for official developments, the intrigue surrounding Trubisky is only intensifying. Rumors about potential signings, trades, or even temporary hiatuses are circulating with feverish speed. Fans of potential landing teams are already imagining game-winning drives, while critics caution that challenges remain. The drama underscores the precarious balance between talent, opportunity, and organizational culture in professional football, highlighting how even a single player's decision can trigger league-wide ripple effects. Whether Trubisky lands with a new franchise immediately or bides his time strategically, the story has captivated audiences, reinforcing his status as a polarizing yet compelling figure in the league. Ultimately, this saga is far from over. Every interview, every insider tip, and every social media reaction adds another layer to the narrative. Analysts will continue to debate motives, implications, and next steps, while fans will cling to every update as if it were a cliffhanger in an ongoing drama. Trubisky's declaration is more than a rumor. It's a statement that challenges the norms of professional football, forcing teams, media, and fans to reassess expectations and strategies. In a world where sports headlines often fade quickly, this one promises to dominate conversations for weeks, perhaps even months. Mitchell Trubisky leaving the Bills is not just news. It's a story with real human stakes, league-wide implications, and a suspenseful plot that continues to unfold before our eyes. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.